Nope, I forgot to update something on Rumble. Actually, forgot to make the Rumble point to the right location. And there we go, that should fix that. Please give me a moment to update some information, make sure everything's going good. Okay, we do have the YouTube description up and going. Why can't I close out of that? Oh well. Oh, seriously, I can't close out of that. That's sort of funny. Twitch is good, YouTube's good. Let me update the Rumble description. I think the stream is going good for Rumble. Yes, it is. Yep. I think Rumble's good to go. Let's just make sure the stream itself is going. Yep, it looks like it's going good. Please give me a moment to check my other computer and make sure the stream's going good over there. Most of the streams are going good on my other computer. So Twitch is just playing some advertisements, but I think we are good to go. Here, let me just one thing on the Rumble. Yep, perfect. Yep, I think we are good to go. So let's go ahead and get started. Got a handful of replays tonight. Did some cleaning up as well. A lot of cleaning up. Is the music playing?
Strategic point spotted here.
Yes, it is. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. So on the south side as the Eversor Assassin, we have Broodwitch. So on the north side as the Force Commander, we have a foreign name. So we got Ordo Malleus 2 versus Space Marines. We've got a Strike Squad versus a Tactical Marine Squad, pretty standard for both players. Though granted, the Grey Knight player does have a lot of potential openers. The Force Commander really, or should I say Space Marines in general, have one pretty common opener of Tactical Marines into more Scouts. So occasionally we do see skip the second Scout and for, say, some early Devastators, some early Assault Marines and things of that sort. More Inquisitor Stormtroopers being employed on out for the Eversor Assassin. Of course, do got an power generator, actually an early power generator as well. He's definitely skipping the second Scout, I believe. Scouts captured that point. Of course, got the Whistle Stormtroopers and the Strike Squad to capture these points. Scouts do fall back to this garrison. It is a considered garrison. It's more of a rock. But either way, there's 3 windows there. Good for the 3 models of the Scout Marines, Scout Squad. Now, Inquisitorial Stormtroopers can be ironed to engage these power generators. There's currently 2 deployed on out. Well, 1 is still deploying. That's why I volley onto the building power generator. Both Inquisitorial Stormtroopers in that region, and the Strike Squad's engaging the Scouts. And the Scouts are actually sustaining more damage. The Strike Squad does have good range damage output.
Go ahead, sir.
Of course, those Stormtroopers do get some decent damage there. Scout Squad does look like force back the Strike Squad after they capture their requisition point. Scout Squad, or those Stormtroopers advance forward. Neither of them have their start upgrade for their various grenades. And Strike Squads get too much fire there, so he does fall back nice and early with that Scout Squad. Do now have the Tactical Marine Squad on the field with the Devastator being deployed on out. Where is the Force Commander? Force Commander is coming to support these forces, and then immediately got an early equip of a Power Sword there. Power Sword does give some just increased damage and bonus damage bonus for the battle cry by 50% per attack. Strike Squad getting some good damage there onto the Tactical Marine Squad. He may need to fall back soon. The Strike Squad, however, himself is severely wounded. Does drop 2 models there, and he could try focusing down a little bit, but he likely won't get the wipe there. And these Inquisitorial Stormtroopers do fall back as well. So he does fall back with all of his forces, barring the Eversor Assassin himself. Devastator's trying to set on up. Does find a volley there onto the Eversor Assassin, who looks like just trying to buy some time with this cover. Does recover from suppression there. Devastator's going to get engaged melee. May want to just do a full retreat at this moment now in order to avoid any model drops, because dropping models right now will result in power reinforcement bleed.
We shall make it so.
Strike Squad, ooh, Tactical Marine Squad still sticking on the front line. He needs healing. There's no apothecary to heal him. Devastator sitting on up. Does get the set decaptured there. Has also suppression.
Stormtroopers reporting ready.
You get the Sergeant upgrade on both these Inquisitorial Stormtroopers, so he has access to some various grenades. We'd also have the Strike Squad advancing forward, who's been upgraded to Tome of Titans. Force Commanders making a soft retreat away from these forces. Seeing quite a bit of fire there. He does do a full retreat now. Tactical Marine Squad's back at home, getting some much needed health regen. It's going to take a long time for that guy to get his health back. This Twitch had dropped some frames, but it doesn't look like it dropped any frames, just maybe just a little bit unstable.
You know we're ready.
You know how Assault Marine been deployed out in the field for the Force Commander.
Resource location spotted. This is an aerial territory now.
Tactical Marine Squad still has not fully recovered. It'll take a long time to sit back at home to get that guy healed up. So I can understand the want to push him out sooner rather than later. Strike Squad's advancing forward, trying to perhaps capture the victory point.
We have the target in hand, sir.
Devastators are in range. Do have vision as well. Does get some suppression there. And it is receiving some constant fire there. Eversor Assassin does fall back now.
Enemy Space Marines are on the field.
And now we've got the Inquisitor Stormtroopers advancing forward. Does get some damage there onto the Devastator Marine. Grenade has been thrown, knocks back the gunner. The other two models do fall back nice and early. Assault Marines do force back both the squads, doesn't get knocked back themselves. Devastator still has all of its models there, so it doesn't sustain any additional bleed. Does get the Tome of Titans there, siphoning off some energy as well as slowing him down. And Assault Marine Squad should be able to win out. Devastator Marines now slowly advancing forward. Good special attack there by the Strike Squad. And the Strike Squad does, of course, fall back. Scout Squad here, upgrade of shotguns. And, ooh, we got flamethrowers on the Tactical Marine Squad. Getting some good damage there onto the power generator. Eversor Assassin and the Force Commander do fight each other. Great shotgun blast there by the Scouts there. Now do got the battle cry chain knocking back those forces, getting all the generators there for against Order Malleus. These Tactical Marine Squad could get inside yet. It's going to get inside the structure there. Only protects him from the melee of the Eversor Assassin. His flamethrower will be in a good spot there. Does receive some grenades there. So these Crystal Stormtroopers played a little bit too much Call of Duty. Early ones. Do they do that anymore? Throw grenades into the windows of a building in order to clear it out. And there goes the Eversor Assassin. Tactical Marine Squad does fall back. Strike Squad make his way forward. We got a nice little slowdown there. Both of the Inquisitorial Stormtroopers do fall back, and we do now have a Rhino being put on now. He does have, of course, the Assault Marines for a Melta Bomb, so he can upgrade the Devastator Marines with the last cannon as well. So he does have access to some potential anti-vehicle weapons. He may switch out to a Power Fist as well. Strike Squad decapturing the Central VP now. And the Assault Marines jump on top of the power point. Being upgraded, Sergeant, as soon as the research is complete.
We shall make it so.
And the Eversor Assassin does receive a bit of fire there. Rhino being upgraded the heavy bolter gun, tarantula sentry gun. He does get some good damage there on that. So Assassin who's being upgraded with the Neuro Gauntlet. So Stormtroopers are advancing forward and may get suppressed by the Devastator, who's currently not deployed. And now the Sergeant's now upgraded onto the Assault Marines. Does receive a good knockback grenade there. They didn't do a full jump there and does fall back. Only no models been dropped there. We now have the last cannon upgrade on the Devastator Marine, so he does get the last cannon upgrade there. He does tie up the Devastator in melee. The Rhino's down to 4 health, 2 health, 1 health, and gunned down by the Tactical Marine Squad. Very, very good. Up here we do have the Strike Squad trying to deactivate the power node now. And I heard a bunch of power generators now being deployed out by the Eversor Assassin. He is low in power and low in requisition. Force Commander trying to gauge the Strike Squad. He does deactivate the point at least, he immediately reactivates it. He maybe will get one generator there. No, it does fall back nice and early.
Generator operational.
In fact, the Inquisitor Stormtroopers captured these various points now. Central VP has been decaptured by the Scout Squad, who's also been upgraded as Sergeant. Oh, that's what I'm hearing. He gets the flamethrower inside the garrison, but he may be out of range of those power generators. And it looks like the whatever damage or time ability that the Tactical Marines receiving, it may get him wiped out, down to 25 health. He's in pursuit. Do have the Stormtroopers here. Tactical Marine Squad, it goes fully down. Assault Marines do jumping forward. Does not get any kills there. He can upgrade the Assault Squad to a Vanguard veteran. And does get a good knockback to the Assault Marines. Assault Marines do have the Sergeant upgrade. If you give me one more, I'm going to open up a drink. You may hear it.
One of our generators is under attack.
Strike Squad and Inquisitor Stormtroopers advance forward. One generator does go down. Another may go down as well. Nope, it does not. Submarine Squad does retreat back before dropping any more models. May see a shotgun blast there from the scouts. Do as those a smite onto the Scout Squad. Force Commander standing there menacingly. And was it fresh Tactical Marine Squad? Oh, there's a drop pod for it. Likely we'll see Sergeant into Vanguard or to Storm Guard veterans. My guess. Las Cannon Devastator, of course, is upgraded with Las Cannon, so it's not going to be effective versus infantry. No Stern Guard veteran upgrade just yet. In fact, there is a Eversor Assassin spicing him up a bit. And of course, the Neuro Gauntlet. The Neuro Gauntlet C. Build deadly toxins. Enemies struck this weapon takes additional 5 DPS for 2.5 seconds. The Eversor Assassin does not perform special attacks while equipped with this weapon and does have 80 power melee. Last cannon does fall back there. Scout Squad is receiving a bit of fire there. Throws a grenade on the retreat path of the Inquisitor Stormtroopers. Does get a couple models as well. Very nice. Assault Marine trying to type the Inquisitor Stormtroopers up in melee. And does get the Righteous Fury strike right there, knocking back the Strike Squad. Eversor Assassin's going to be hacking apart this drop pod. Of course, he can't poison it. It's not biological. Drop pod does go down there, and now the Eversor Assassin is falling back, being upgraded with the Assault Armor. The Vindicator Assassin has been deployed now. Seeing that Vindicator Assassin, ooh, do got a teleport upgrade onto the Force Commander. He does completely whiff the teleport to wipe out the Eversor Assassin. We also got the Artificer Armor, giving him some decent amount of health and health regen. Very good basic armor.
Power generator.
And the Assault Marine Squad may find the Inquisitor Stormtroopers and immediately jumps on top of them. Good reaction time there. No Stern Guard veteran upgrade just yet. And Scout Squad does see them slow down there. Good smite as well. Salt Marine or Force Commander try and engage these forces. Does miss with a special attack there. He gets a great special attack there, knocking back 3 out of the 4 models and forcing them to retreat. Also do have the Force Commander receiving a bit of fire there. And the Tactical Marine Squad does fall back away from the Evisor Assassin. Force Commander does get forced back thanks to the Vindicator Assassin.
Resource location spotted.
The enemy is capturing one of our strategic points.
Quistor Stormtroopers now advancing forward, trying to get some damage onto these power generators. One of them is quite wounded. Now we do have Tier 3 being deployed out by the Force Commander. He could... he doesn't have enough red points for the Terminators, does he? So maybe a good idea to go for... probably a Predator.
That object has been destroyed.
Power generators now being focused down. We got the fresh Sergeant upgrade on the Tactical Marine. No, that was the Force Commander teleporting forward. Vindicator Assassin does fall back as well, trying to avoid the Force Commander. The Vindicator Assassin is pretty squishy, only has 350 health. And the last Can Devastator does get overran and does fall back as well.
No blow will go unanswered.
Strike Squad gains good damage there onto the Force Commander. And now the Force Commander has closed the distance.
Ready for battle.
One of our generators
Unless
is
the
under
episode says we'll be capturing the VP, as we got Tactical Marines capture the central VP. Looks like the Strike Squad does get inside the garrison. Does get some good damage there on the Force Commander.
All guns, open fire.
The Force Commander is not finding Ingle for his bolt pistol to engage.
Under fire.
Let's get out the garrison now. Seeing some hits. Tier 3 now being researched by the Evisor Assassin as well.
Carry the Emperor's will at your command.
Tactical Marine Squad does get some good damage there onto the Strike Squad. We've got the Original Stormtroopers advancing forward, gets good damage there onto the Tactical Marine Squad. Good shotgun blast there, and we do actually now see some Vanguard veterans deployed on the field. Force Commander does go and teleport forward, throws a grenade on the last known location of Force Commander. Of course, he wasn't there. Vanguard veterans making their way forward. And now the Inquisitor Stormtroopers trying to run away from the Force Commander. Does miss the overcharge plasma shot. And now the Evisor Assassin is now pushed his way forward. Assault Armor gives them the ability to increase health and health regen. And the Evisor Assassin charge. Vanguard veterans charge on board, force back on the Inquisitor Stormtroopers. Both of them do fall back. Lots of damage on this one here.
victory point.
And going for the wipe.
Assault Marines!
Does only get one model there. Does not get the Sergeant with 6 health remaining. We do now have a Voldemort Razorback being pulled on out. He does have, of course, the last Cannon Devastator. And now we also got Stern Guard veterans who can load up some armor-piercing rounds as well.
Space Marines.
There is no glory in pointless defeat.
The foe is engaging at range. Let's get to it.
Episode Assassin or Vindicator Assassin does receive some damage.
Rearming.
And being pursued. The Scout's Sergeant upgrade does allow them to spot camouflage quite easily, so he can't camouflage away. And Strike Squad does fall back as well.
Space Marines on the field.
Episode Assassin and the Force Commander engaging at point blank, and the Episode Assassin does fall back. Stern Guard veterans have been loaded up with, I think those are poison rounds. There's the teleport forward. Voldemort Razorback has been spotted there. He does get a cast off on the Force Commander as well. We may see some anti-vehicle weapons being pulled out now. Can he load up the arm-piercing rounds of the Stern Guard veterans? But he does not, because has a full withdrawal of them. Voldemort Razorback will take out these generators. Doesn't take too long for it to finish these guys off. The power generator does go down. Two stormtroopers still up and going. Center map got the scouts getting some good shotgun blast there, forcing back the strike squad. Another power generator's been pulling out. That could be quickly focused down. Does not, however. Vanguard veterans jump on forward and getting a great knockback there onto these Quizor stormtroopers. Does do a full retreat now. Good damage onto those Quizor stormtroopers retreat. Scout squad does fall back, so going for the wipe. Gets good melee hits on one of those squads, but I think he hit the other squad, not the low health squad. Lascan Devastator is down one model, so it has to be very careful. And now we do also have a Predator tank now upon the field. The Voldemort Razorback is deceptively effective versus these various vehicles. I'm not sure what's being pulled out by the Eversor Assassin now.
The enemy is capturing one of our strategic points.
At your command.
Lascan Devastator is set on up. Eversor Assassin will be making his way onto this VP now. Those close at this is there. The charge ability knocks back the Stern Guard veterans. Scouts may go for a shock blast there. Force Commander does teleport forward. And the Vanguard veteran squad does fall back. Eversor Assassin does fall back. Stern Guard veterans do fall back as well. Force Commanders is receiving a couple shots there, and we do have the Voldemort Razorback maybe on the advance as well. Gets some good damage there. Predator tank is advance forward, gets some good damage onto the Vindicator Assassin.
We are under attack.
We are suffering heavy losses.
Quizor soldiers are falling back. Voldemort Razorback is getting some good damage there onto the Predator. The scouts do not have access to a grenade to deal with that Voldemort Razorback. Got armor-piercing rounds loaded up, crack rounds for the Stern Guard veterans. And the Predator tank may fire one volley there. Fires, takes it out the Voldemort Razorback. Predator goes down to 2 health. Scout squad will need to go fall back and get some much needed repairs onto that Predator. Great nighttime grenades being deployed now. And he actually deployed out a las cannon. It was a bit of a panic upgrade, and he didn't cancel in time.
But he is not yet beaten.
Make them pay for this assault. No blow will go unanswered.
Sword Assassins push away forward. Vanguard veterans gain some great damage onto him, however. Does decide to charge away in order to knock back his opponents before retreating back entirely.
Acquisition point to the
All
enemy.
of them no easy targets.
We do have now the stronger veterans fully reinforced, pushing way forward once again. Predator still receiving some much needed heals. And these power generators receive quite a bit of fire there. Crystal Stormtroopers trying to destroy these people. And now we do got a great jump there by the Vanguard veteran. Vanguard veterans are now fully falling back. Does spawn the Grey Knight Terminators now. Or being upgraded with the Liber Pragmatica.
Issuing new weapon loadouts.
Stronger veterans capturing some of these boards. Vindicator Assassin pushes way forward. Crystal Stormtroopers fighting some angles there on the Devastator Marines. Devastator Marines once again have no target in front of them. They're right now just dedicated to a capping squad. We do have now a second Predator tank on the build queue. Some of our veterans are base forward, trying to get some damage there on these various forces. And it looks like they may just need a full withdrawal. They do full withdrawal now. Grey Knight Terminus off also going to go with the side cannon. Increases that damage at all ranges. Starguard veterans or Vanguard veterans have been spotted by the Strike Squad. Last cannon Predator gets some damage there. Knocks back the Strike Squad. Terminators do teleport. Do get a combat teleport forward. Predator tank advances forward, trying to support the last Cannon Predator. Vanguard Veterans will need to fall back sooner rather than later. Then down to one last model. Teleports behind, and does get a combat jump there, and does not get a wipe there on the Vanguard Veterans. These horses trying to get some damage there on the last Cannon Predator. Regular Predator getting some good damage as well. This damage fight was going in favor for the Eversor Assassin. Predator Tanks does find some hits there onto the Grey Knight Terminators now. If you notice, the Eversor Assassin started pushing away forward. The Force Commander has fallen back. Scout Squad does fall back when the models did get caught out. Received quite a bit of fire there.
Readying missile launcher.
And maybe we'll get a wipe there onto the Eversor Assassin. No, he does not.
Understood. The enemy is claiming a victory point.
Predation Squad has been pulling out, has upgraded the conversion beamer to engage these predators at range. Strongguard veterans are here to support them, however.
We must reverse the course of the battle.
So Stormtroopers captured the left flank. We do have the Vindicator Assassin firing some rounds. And we've got the Strike Squad advancing forward as well. Scout Squad trying to dissuade these Quizor Stormtroopers. Does find a grenade there, knocking back some of those Quizor Stormtroopers, and does fall back now. Force Command does teleport forward, has been upgraded with the Power Fist now. Does get a good special attack there on the Eversor Assassin as these forces trying to engage. So we see for Vanguard veterans to charge and jump on forward, and we've got Terminators now teleporting forward as well. Terminators receive quite a bit of fire there. Only the Force Commanders are remaining. The Force Commander does go down right there. Forward. Devastator or attack the Sternguard Veteran Squad does fall back entirely. We've got the Predator tank falling back as well. VPs are in favor of red over our head by 200, and the advantage is growing bigger. Grey Knight Terminator trying to capture the center VP. We'll receive quite a bit of fire right there. Oh, knocks back on his own Terminators. I think has plenty of health to deal with that Eversor Assassin. The Eversor Assassin has been upgraded with a Note Bomb there. Does get a good throw there.
Hostile forces are in spotting range.
Our Apothecary has reached level 4.
Oh, that Devastator Squad just went fully down. Minor loss since he doesn't have any vehicles for the shoot at. Eversor Assassin down to 14 health, 9 health. Good attack there. The Force Commander is still charging forward, has plenty of health remaining. Hurricane's advancing forward. The Eversor Assassin will in fact skip on out there. Vanguard veterans to try to go on top of the Vindicator Assassin, unable to get the wipe. And now we got the Plasma Cannon Predator and the Predator tank advancing forward. Decent damage there onto the Premiers are very durable, of course. Strike Squad are getting some good damage there onto that Predator tank with Blast Cannon as well.
The enemy is capturing one of our victory points.
Scout Squad trying to capture that VP, but will be spotted there by the Grey Knight Terminators. Good damage there. Grey Knight Terminators falling on back. Scout Squad trying to push them forward, trying to capture that VP once again. so just charging forward. Does receive a nice special attack there by the Force Commander. And the Eversource Assassin is down to 4 health and 0 health.
Locked in melee.
Comes forward, try to get the deal with the conversion beam, unsuccessful. The Vindicator Assassin's falling on back. You now have the strike squad making their way forward once again. Doesn't really have anything enough to deal with these Predator tanks. He does, of course, add the conversion beamer, but there's still a lot of armor in front of him. And the Force Command is saving up resources. Let's see. He probably doesn't have enough population space for a Raider, Crusader, or Redeemer. I honestly don't know the exact population costs of those super units. But he's approaching the resource for it, and that's for sure. Vanguard veterans do fall back. Conversion beamer does find a shot there onto the Stern Guard veterans. And now we got armor piercing rounds loaded to open the Vindicator Assassin. Good damage there on the Terminators. Terminators receive quite a bit of fire from the Force Commander. One model with death in the Force Commander will wipe down the conversion beamer, which is very, very important. Force Commander does go down. Stern Guard veterans trying to pursue down that Vindicator Assassin. And now the Stern Guard veterans are falling back. He may get wiped out. Down to 19 health, 15 health, 10, 7, 5, 2, 1, 0. Now we do have the Terminator squad now deployed on the field. It's Terminator Assault Squad, I should say. Green Knight Terminator is now trying to engage the Terminator Assault Squad. Terminator Assault Squad being trying to be upgraded with the assault cannons. They able to hold off on that until they're out of melee. Oh wait, that was Lightning Claw, not Assault Cannon. Did I see Assault Cannon there? Am I going crazy? I'm going crazy. Vindicator Assassin finding some good shots there onto the Predator, Plasma Predator, and which the other Predator has gone down. And the Terminator Assault Squad does fall back. Now trying to deal with the Vindicator Assassin. The Terminator does go down to a kick to the Vindicator Assassin, but Blue has ran out of tickets, so the game goes to the Force Commander. This is Andrew saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Oof, I think I ate a little bit too much, because I can feel myself like getting that full stomach drowsiness. Wait until the music starts playing on the main menu. There we go. And that should allow me to load up a game without it bugging out on the music. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. It's on the south side as the Lord Commissar with Trevzang S. Probably butchering that entirely. Spawning as the Force Commander, we have Red Rolla, which I probably butchered that as well, knowing myself. You guys Sentinel versus Tactical Marine Squad. Sentinel's now advancing forward, another Imperial Guard squad being deployed out as well. And Tactical Marine Squad's making its way forward. Blue see a Scout Squad. Scouts are pretty effective for some Imperial Guards. Shotguns are just very, very nice to have. And so we will not see a second Scout Squad right now. If you guys second Imperial Guardsman, this Imperial Guardsman has not been upgraded with Sergeant just yet. And now we do also get the Lord Commissar. Capture the VP. We've got the Scout Squad moving around. And now Sentinel does find the Tactical Marine Squad. Sentinel's not being upgraded to Storm just yet.
The task unfinished is a prayer unanswered.
Lord Commissar has put his sword down, and now he does draw it to engage the Force Commander. Force Commander does get some good shots there. He doesn't really want to engage the Lord Commissar at the moment. Trying to hunt down those scouts. Does bring up the shield generator now. Tactical Marine Squad does get stunned right there, now getting repaired up by the Imperial Guardsmen while in combat. No sudden upgrade in either Imperial Guardsmen. We do have the generator activated for the Imperial Guardsmen as well. It does destroy that light cover there as well. We got a bit of heavy cover here deployed out by the Imperial Guardsmen. And now the Tactical Marine Squad is trying to tie up the Imperial Guardsmen up in melee. We have another Tactical Marine Squad from the squad called Force Commander, so he's going for heavy infantry. Literally, heavy infantry. Does pull up the shield generator there, only to stay in one slice there before getting this anticipated. And now we got the Force Commander trying to engage these Imperial Guardsmen. We may have another stomp available. It does get a good stomp there on the Force Commander. This Imperial Guardsman is using quite a bit of fire. The other Imperial Guardsman still has not been upgraded to Sergeant. And we do have one power generator deployed up by the Imperial Guard. Force Commander may go down to a couple more melee hits there from the Lord Commissar, down to 8 health right now. 7, 5, 4, 2, 1, 0. Tactical Marine Squad is behind some heavy cover. Force back to the Lord Commissar. Overall good pick there by the Lord Commissar, taking out his opponent's Force Commander. Power generator has been deployed on out. Very nice.
Tactical Marines at the ready.
And there's the downed Force Commander. Cajun Devil Squad has been deployed on out. Now I do also have some sergeants being deployed out as well. Yep, both Imperial Guard squads have sergeants.
Generator operational. Deploying flamers.
Oh, flamers. Second Tactical Marine Squad is being upgraded. Flamers. Flamethrower should be relatively effective versus Imperial Guardsmen. It's a pretty good AoE weapon versus a bunch of light models. Do got the Cajun Devils as well.
Location secure.
This is Imperial territory now.
Grenade launcher barrage. He will spot the flamer. Oh no, there's a shotgun blast there. And there's the Devastator setting on up, and it does fire grenade launcher barrage onto the Devastator. He sees that flamer, that flamer now, and now he needs to make sure to respond to it. He needs to focus on that flamer as quickly as possible. Imperial Guardsmen charging forward. They may want to do a melee order on the Devastator. Trying to get to the point now. Trying to now get the flamer to engage the Imperial Guardsmen. Imperial Guardsmen are severely stacked up, so the AoE effect from the flamethrower should be very effective. No, one generator did go down if he had all 3 built. Good stomp there onto the Devastator. Imperial Sentinels receiving quite a bit of fire as well. Lord Commissars in the mix. Cajun Devils trying to tie up the Tactical Marine Squad up in melee now. Grenade launcher barrage onto the Devastator. Does take on this model as well. And now the Lord Commissar does type the Devastator as well. He has a good special attack there. Multiple special attacks there on the Devastator. Devastator may go down. Devastator does go down, but so does Sentinel. But it's probably better to take up the Devastator rather than Sentinel. The Flaming Squad is falling back. The other Tactical Marine Squad is falling back as well. In fact, he may lose the squad down 40 health, 32, 29.
We are losing
30.
a requisition point to the enemy.
Nope, he will manage to escape on out of there. Imperial Guardsmen need to capture that power generator. You always need your power. Oh, here Imperial Guardsmen trying to decapture this requisition point. Scout Squad's currently not upgraded, and I'm about ready to sneeze. I feel like a sneeze is coming on. My sinus is acting up in general. I think it's the seasonal allergies. Or could it be the fact that I was up in the ceiling the entire day and I'm sort of more or less covered in ceiling dust. That could be as well. It could be asbestos for all I know.
We must
Oh, we also got an IED being deployed out by the Cajun Devils right now. Right there. Which you can somewhat see the below through the symbol, but we of course do see the detonation symbol, which is also really hard to see in quick glances. Yeah, that's... If I position that star just right, that detonation symbol is now fully behind it. Sorry. Sometimes little things like that just sort of amusing to me. This, speaking of which, that amusing, Imperial Guardsmen getting set on fire. And they're now on fire in a good way. Trying to go for some more gen bashing there, trying to lay down some heavy cover there, while the other Tactical Marine Squad trying to tie up the Imperial Guardsmen up in melee. Of course, great grenade launch barrage there by the Casual Devils, and now the Lord Commissar does tie up the Flame up in melee, but one generator does go down to the other Tactical Marine Squad. Yeah, I did see a couple upgrades there on the Lord Commissar now. Tactical Marine Squad does fall back, Force Commander does fall back, Casual Devils need to fall back. But the Lord Commissar's upgrade, we do have the Power Sword, effective against heavy infantry and infantry. I think I read that backwards. Grants the Lead by Example ability, which inspires nearby troops, increases the Commissar's speed by 1. I don't know why, whenever I read that, I always assume it says it increases the Commissar's speech by 1, because it says it inspires nearby troops, and just say speech. And it causes them to perform special attacks with every strike. That's pretty good. And he just executed one of those Imperial Guardsmen, didn't he?
We have lost a generator to enemy fire.
He forces these Imperial Guardsmen to fight really hard now. Getting a quick gen bashing there. He executed them so they can fire fast. I'm not sure if it does more damage or fire faster. But either way, the DPS goes up and the generators go down. Imperial Guard Squad does fall back now. And now the Lord Commissar does get some good slices there on the Flamer Squad. Not his Flamer Squad, his opponent's Flamer Squad.
All guns, open fire, no easy targets.
Lord Commissar is now taking up the Tactical Marine Squad of melee. Dude got the Scout Squad pushing them forward, getting some good damage there.
We shall make it. We are losing a
Lord Commissar seeing quite a bit of fire right there. And Lord Commissar does not go down, still has about 90 health. The compare, which I also got to mention, the compare pace armor. Compare pace armor gives increase the health of the Commissar by 200, health regen by 2.5, reduces the energy cost of and cooldown of Inspired Courage by 25 and 5 respectively, grants the Lord Commissar 15% increased damage for 15 seconds, and breaks his suppression if he is currently suppressed at the start of it. That extra health regen really didn't make a difference. People say, if I remember correctly, once you get up an additional like 3 health regen per second, your character can stay on the field permanently. Not worry about falling back to get health. Tactical Marine Squad trying to go for some more gen bashing. So far, the gen bashing has been relatively equal, barring the fact that the Lord Commissar is able to do his much quicker. Deactivating the point first, we got the other Tactical Marine Squad in the region, not upgraded. Does have to start an upgrade, just missing another regular model. Lord Commissar advancing forward, trying to tie up some of these forces up in melee. And does get a good special attack there onto the Flamer. Lord Commissar does get knocked back right there. We got the Razorback advancing forward. Your Guardsmen advancing forward. We got the Casual Devils advancing forward as well. They do not have a Sergeant for the Melta Gun. Does lay down some more heavy cover there. Been very, very active pulling out heavy cover. Now there are some Stormtroopers on the build field, likely meant for the Melta Guns. Good grenade launcher barrage there on one Tactical Marine Squad. Lord Commissar does fall back. Force Command is pushed way forward. Good try to decapture that point. Your Guardsman does get a little bit overwhelmed. And see Private Fire, and this is going to lose all of these generators now. Over here, oh, there's not many scouts left, is there? Yep, all generators will be bashed.
We're losing a power node to the enemy.
And those are the Lord Commissars being upgraded with the Stubbornness. A very stubborn Lord Commissar. Oh, is that Sturm Guard Veterans? That is Sturm Guard Veterans. Up north, we got the Imperial Guardsmen here to capture that power point. They do all those flamers, so we got full gen bashing up here as well. So I still think the gen bashing is still very, very similar for both sides. That's what the Lord Commissar, Stubbornness. The Lord Commissar refuses to fall when his men fight. Self regenerate regenerate by 10.5% every 16, 8, 4, 2 seconds, and its damage increases by 10, 20, 30, 40 when surrounded by at least 1, 10, 20, 30 of loyal troops. So in other words, the more models, the better. And just execute. Here comes the melter guns. You don't ever see people execute these models, so that greatly increased the rate of fire there, allowing them to instantly kill that Razorback. Did the melter bomb on the Razorback detonate after the Razorback actually went down? The executing models must be absurdly overpowered, just people don't do it. Remember as well though, Stormtroopers have a full squad of melter guns, so he lost the melter gun but still killed off that Razorback instantaneously. I think that he also executed one of them while camouflage as well. Was the Stormtrooper revealed when he got executed? Either way, I think that execute ability may be much more powerful than I ever realized. It's really good for apparently for gen bashing, really good for killing off transports. I wonder what else could be very useful for. The autocannon? Could it be useful for, say, the autocannon? Overall, I find the autocannon a little bit lackluster. If it was just a pack a little bit more punch versus light vehicles, it'd probably be good. It's gonna be a low power game, that's for sure. The Force Commander has a big reserve of requisition, but not a lot of power because he doesn't have a power generator up here. He could activate this one and pull out some power generators. Imperial Guardsman, this one has been upgraded with plasma guns, very nice. Now we do also have a second squad of Stormtroopers who've been upgraded with overcharged hotshot las guns. So he's spending his requisition because they need to spend it, and it looks like the Force Command is going for another Tactical Marine squad. It's might as well because you just have so much requisition. Lord Commissar shield does go down there. He may spot this other Tactical Marine squad.
Iron Halo has been fixed.
He honestly doesn't. For his other Tactical Marine squad, he could go for a second Flamer since that'd be effective against the Imperial Guard. Probably not a good idea to go for plasma guns, honestly. There's just too many individual models for the Imperial Guardsmen. You have the Force Commander trying to overrun the overcharged hotshot las guns of the Stormtroopers. Lord of Commissar is charging in forward, gets good damage on in. It does manage to camouflage away. Flamer's Imperial Guardsman does receive some fire there. You could try focusing on the Force Commander, who's been upgraded the Iron Halo to make it even more durable. And does get a great special attack there. Flamer squad needs to fall back sooner rather than later. He may actually lose that squad entirely. The models remain. Does get a good plasma gun shot there, but I think he actually will escape on out of there. No teleport pact as the Iron Halo. Captain Devil's squad does fall back, and this generator will be bashed. The Imperial Guard player does have plenty of red points, so does the Force Commander. Both of them above 500, but both of them are tier 2, so can't call them their nukes. You have now the Stern Guard veterans backing on off from the Lord Commissar. Stormtroopers with overcharged hotshot las guns are to the way forward, getting some good damage there onto the various Tactical Marine squads. Lord Commissar may need to get the Stormtroopers may need to push a little bit farther forward to get Lord Commissar's stubbornness going to get him some good health regen. Does fall back, throws a grenade, unsuccessful. And the Stormtrooper squad does fall back as well. Over here, the Force Commanders captured the VPs. The VPs are in favor of the Lord Commissar by a small margin, which is shrinking now. It's soon to be a double capture against, or nope, just a single capture. The melter guns managed to capture a point as well. Force Commander will spot the Stormtroopers. And over here, you got the Stern Guard veterans. Force and Imperial Guardsmen. Getting the Commissar upgrades on these Imperial Guardsmen is very important because it will help the Lord of Commissar's stubbornness.
Enemy guardsmen spotted. On guard.
Captain Devils advancing forward. And he does have the Sarge upgrade as well, giving him 1 extra melta gun, which make him generally more effective versus everything. Force Commander's now receiving quite a bit of fire there from the Stormtroopers and from the Imperial Guardsmen. This Imperial Guardsman has a Commissar upgrade as well.
My faith is my shield. My fury is my sword.
Doesn't get a kill there. We got the Stormtroopers advancing forward. Tactical Marine Squad unupgraded behind some heavy cover. Flamer Squad does get some burn damage there onto those Stormtroopers. Does get spotted by something right there. I'm not sure how they're spotted. I don't see any scouts nearby to spot them. And it looks like the Commissar model itself does receive quite a bit of fire. But you got now the Lord Commissar is falling back. Full retreat coming out by the Imperial Guard. Flamer Squad will burn down more generators now. And now we got the Scout Squad. Perhaps an eye grenade here. Catch Devils get a shotgun blast there, showing them how to take their own medicine. And the Flamers will go and destroy those power generators. Librarian deployed on the field, as well as a Devastator. Not Devastator, Heavy Weapons team. And I forgot to sneeze again. My apologies. Catch Devils falling back. Does receive some melee hits there as well. Imperial Guardsman falls back. Does completely deactivate the point as well. Stalling out any more power generation.
The enemy is capturing one of our victory points.
Stormtroopers are facing forward. Melta guns are seeing some hits there from the Force Commander.
For duty.
May want to just avoid the region at the moment. Devastator setting up. Gets a good suppression there on the Force Commander. Taking out shield now. So, Stormtroopers may want to eye a grenade right there. Throws out a grenade on top of the Tactical Marine Squad. Gets some good damage there. Metal Gun now focusing down the Force Commander. Metal Guns melt everything. And almost going down. Nope, doesn't go down at the moment. And the Stormtrooper Squad will need to fall back, and he does save the Force Commander there. Library does use a cast on it. The Library does get suppressed there, and does get good smite onto the Imperial Guardsman. Oh, here we got the Tactical Marine Squad. Blows up his own demolition charge there from the grenade launcher, I believe, and did do a lot of damage
The
there.
enemy is claiming a victory point.
And now we do have, of course, the Tactical Marine Squad falling on back. Now we do have the Catch Devils. They do fall back away from the Force Commander. Force Commander is going to be pursuing them. Got the Librarian advancing forward with the Flamer of the Tactical Marine Squad. Imperial Guardsmen receive quite a bit of damage there. Stormtroopers receive a good smite there as well. War Commissars charging forward. Stubbornness will keep them quite stubbornly alive. The Stormguard Veteran Squad does fall back. At the current rate, the Stormguard Veterans could be uploaded with high explosive rounds against Imperial Guardsmen. Imperial Guardsmen, of course, very, very vulnerable to AoEs. Good suppression there by the Heavy Weapons team. And Lord Commissar does fall back. Stubbornness is not really activating properly right now. There we go. Now Stubbornness is active. Stormtroopers get some good damage there onto the Scout Squad, and it does fall back now.
Ready to serve, brother.
Valor and duty.
Up down south, of course, got the Lord Force Commander getting knocked back by the grenade launcher barrage. May see a shotgun blast. Yes, we do. Now let's see, Stormtroopers do see a bit of fire there. No grenade on the retreat path. Assault Marines jumping on forward. It's maybe meant for a Vanguard Veterans, or at least something to counter the Heavy Weapons team. Heavy Weapons team will need to fall back. Stormtroopers' melta guns fall back as well. Imperial Guardsman does get a good volley onto the Assault Marines. Lord Commissar is advancing forward. And the assault marines do fall back. No sergeant upgrade on them just yet. Ooh. Was that the sniper ability? Oh, he swapped up to the flak jacket. Inspire Courage replaced with Inspire Terror, allowing Lord Commodore to execute an enemy instead. Also increases health by 150. It does lose extra health regen, which is a big difference. It is very important. I suppose he already has plenty of health regen from Stubbornness. Does lose that Scout Squad as well. He gave losing Scout Squad. The Scout Squad's a very effective squad, and plus a cheap, fast, mobile capping squad.
The enemy is claiming a victory point.
Now he's down to 3 Tactical Marines, if you include the Storm Guard Veteran, and the Assault Marine. And a lot of red points. We upgraded a Sergeant now, that could be meant for our Vanguard Veterans. Good jump there, knocking back the Imperial or the Khajiit Devils. Khajiit Devils trying to camouflage away, but do fully withdraw. Lord Commodore is falling back as well. Storm Guard veterans who have not been fully reinforced. And now we've got the note guns fighting some across there in the Force Commander.
Have 100 points remaining.
Heavy Weapons team will get engaged in melee, and the melter guns do fall back as well. Tactical Marine Squad does force back those Stormtroopers and do have some Ogryn deployed on the field. Red's down to 205 VPs, his opponent's down to only 85. Your Guardsman does get some damage there onto the Storm Guard Veteran. Keeps laying down that heavy cover there, but his opponent keep on just trying to tie him with melee. The heavy cover has not been useful whatsoever. That was a good try,
We're
nonetheless.
losing a power node to the enemy.
Ready for duty. My fury knows
All the VPs are now captured by the Force Commander, and the Imperial Guards player will need to change that sooner rather than later because having triple capture like that does count down against you quite quickly. If the open team does get engaged in melee by the Stern Guard or the not Stern Guard veterans, the Assault Marines. Heavy Weapons team do fall back. Ogryn charging forward now. No Bonehead Sergeant on the build queue. He's going to be trying to wipe out that Heavy Weapons team. Does not get a second slice onto the Heavy Weapons team, and they do fall back with Ogryn.
Issuing new weapon loadouts.
Motor guns charging forward, trying to get some good damage onto perhaps the Stern Guard veterans, or hold for a moment in order to allow them to capture the VP. Does start firing the very Stern Guard veterans now. Ogryn does get some good damage onto them as well. Ogryn are not getting severely damaged. We upgrade the Bonehead Sergeant now.
Has reached level 6.
And now the Ogryn do fall back. The Bonehead Sergeant has been completed. At this point has not been decaptured. The Assault Marine Squad or Tactical Marine Squad with plasma guns has been forced on back. The other Tactical Marine Squad is still here. And the Melter Gun Squad will need to fall back. One model is pretty far away, so should be able to escape out no problem. Stormtrooper with hot shot blast guns do get engaged by the Tactical Marines in melee. Action Devils pushing way forward. We may see these forces engaging. Another squad of Assault Marine Squad on the field. Both sides just have basically not going any farther forward. Both sides need to start spamming out their red points. They both have so much. Force Commander has been upgraded to Power Fist now. And the Assault Marines do jump forward, getting great knockbacks there. Needs to fall back now. Ogryn's charging forward. Assault Marine or Soldier Squad does fully fall withdrawal. And you got the Guardsmen still not falling back. Melter Guns charging forward, gets good damage there. And Ogryn now stomping the way forward, knocking around a lot of forces. This Assault Marine Squad is receiving quite a bit of fire now. You got the... It does wipe out the entire Assault Marine Squad. And that was the older one. Heavy Weapons team advancing forward. Ogryn, all its forces going to be rotating away to engage that. The Assault Marine Squad does fall back nice and early with it. And the Cash Devil or Tactical Marine squads capture the right side of the map. The blue player's on the 41 tickets. He's doing a good job of reclaiming tickets for his opponent. The Imperial Guards went down to 96. Imperial Guardsmen trying to capture that point. There's a lot of models for that Force Commander to punch, to kill, stop him. Ogryn going to be now punching the Force Commander. Looks like the Ogryn did lose their Bonehead Sergeant, and I think he just swapped out his upgrade. Yep, Lord of Commissar swapped back the compared pace armor and or discipline. Assault Marine squads, let's get some good damage there on to the Stormtroopers. Stormtroopers from Melta Guns will need to fall back sooner rather than later. And now the Star Guard veterans may go down to the Ogryn. And the Lord of Commissar does get a good slice there, but it does not take out that Star Guard veteran. He does lose the Stormtrooper squad as well. That was the Melta Gun 1, which is a bit of a shame. They're very good. And did he? Oh, he just swapped out back the Flakjack and executed the last remaining model. No, he didn't. That was not the last remaining model. The Star Guard veteran had got its reinforcements up and going.
Those who hold fast to the Emperor are never truly defeated.
And looks like the Force Commander has surrendered. This is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Well, let's go ahead and do some 2v2s next. For that, I will switch my UI a little bit. While the game's loading, I'm going to use the restroom quickly. And there we go, it's loaded. On to the next game. Yep, music's good. Still need to get a new chair.
Moving to cover.
Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the south side as the Warp Spider Exarch, we have Theodosios. Spawn as the Technomarine, we have Anikertos. Both of them have a Greek sounding name. Spawn as the Lord Inquisitor, we do have Sigma 8113, and as the Lord Commissar, we have I still don't know how to pronounce his name. Tassange, I think, probably butchering it. Again, whose name I don't butcher. Warp Spider Exarch charging forward, gets good damage there on the Lord Commissar. Warp Spider not going to receive some melee hits there from the Lord Commissar, tying him up. You got the Sergeant upgrade onto the Imperial Guardsman. Going in early, because since the 2v2 tend to be a bit more explosive, sometimes literally. Lord Commissar is getting some good damage there in the Guardian squads, as with the Warp Spider being not being pursued, not being stomped on. The Sentinel does not have the stomp upgrade. Over here, you got the Technomarine being engaged by these various forces. Does get a stun shot there from the Lord Inquisitor, as Lord Inquisitor is trying to tie up the Technomarine of melee, who's going to bring inside that garrison. The Imperial Guardsmen will be overrunning the Apothecary's position. Over here, the Lord Commissar does fall back, so does the Guardian squad and the Warp Spider. Your Guardsman and the Sentinel still could advance forward. There's a point here, one power generator. Your Guardsman now seeing a bit of fire there. Lord Inquisitor is hugging that building, and now we've got some flamers here as well, trying to burn down this power point. No power flamethrower on this squad at the moment, and does take out that power point now, and has erected a Microsoft Publisher file. You have the Sentinel receiving quite a bit of fire now. You got the Guardian Squad and Warp Strider advancing forward, trying to engage these forces. Your Guardsmen trying to repair up the Sentinel while in combat. Use Guardian Squads advancing forward, focus firing on the Sentinel. Looks like does get some damage on the nearby Imperial Guardsmen. Voiced by Exarch has not been upgraded with any sort of upgrade. Scout Squad does get some shots there, and they're retreating back. Flamer Squad and Sentinels moving around, decapturing some various points.
Location secure.
Guardian Squads and Guardian Weapon Team advancing forward.
Adding support structure.
Lord of Commons are making it over to the right side of the map. No points over there at the moment. And Sentinels received quite a bit of fire there. There's actually a shield generator now, and got artillery spotter for the Lord of Commissar.
Support structure complete. Adding power.
Guardian Squad does fall back as well. Warfire does teleport away. And over here, you got the Second Marine receiving a bit of fire. You got Devastator deployed out, suppressing down this Imperial Guardsman. The other one with the Flamer is advancing forward. The Sentinel here has not been upgraded with a Stomp, while the other one has.
Generator operational.
Lord Inquisitor, no upgrades. Does deploy that frag grenade there. Does still get knocked back, however. And interrupts the capture of the VP. Very nice.
An ally's forces are
On the right side, Imperial Guardsman advance forward, not focusing down the War Squad of Exarch. No Flamer looks like at the moment. And nothing, no flare being built either. War comms are being upgraded with the Compare Pace armor now, which gives some health regen, and reduce the cost of Inspire Courage. And now the Lord Inquisitor is going for her own artillery spotter. So both of them has gotten an artillery spotter out. The War Spotter has one of the 2 Guardian Weapon teams, while the Devastator Marines have been blown up by the Tech Marine. Flamer Imperial Guardsmen seeing quite a bit of fire now. We may see the stun shot from the Lord Inquisitor, does avoid the range. And now here comes the artillery spotter now. It does get a stun shot there onto the Tech Marine. Smoke round does connect, reducing these guys' max range. Artillery spotter receiving a bit of fire, and Stomp does stomp on those Imperial Tech Marine squad. Over here, we've got the Imperial Guards from advanced forward. I think he may have executed one of the models, trying to flame down some of these power generators. Does get at least one. Warspire does fall back. Artillery spotter bringing in a mortar right here, knocking back that head weapons team. And we do got another Guardian squad falling back. Both Guardian weapons teams are here. There's on smoke there, but the other one is still not covered by the smoke.
generator operational.
All these forces are falling on back. Over here, you have the Devastators now being smoked down, reducing their range, of course.
Unlock beginning.
And he's trying to decapture the requisition point with his artillery spotter. Getting some much needed repairs onto this Sentinel. And the head weapons team, Guardian weapons team, setting on up Stomp. There's the sneeze. Oh, looks like I dropped quite a bit of network frames. Sorry about that.
Ally has taken a
Oh, here we've got the Scout Squad and the Tech Marine Squad. Good smoke there, smoking them out. Tech Marine now receiving quite a bit of fire there, and now I've got the stun shot from the Lord Inquisitor, stunning him and forcing the withdrawal. Here, Guardsman advancing forward with the Flamers as well. It's good damage there. Devastator is pushing way forward. That may be a high explosive rock missile or mortar there. Knocking around the Devastator, and does force him back as well. Great engagement here by the Imperial Guardsmen, forcing back all these forces.
ally has secured a requisition point.
Other forces are advancing forward. You got this power node here. You see a bit of fire. Power generator now receiving some fire. One power generator does go down now. Another one goes down as well. Over here, we've got more flamers here, and he does execute one of his models to make these guys fire a bit faster. Gets some great damage there. Takes out another power generator, so it looks like Team Blue does lose a lot of power right now. He does get a good plasma grenade down the flamer Imperial Guardsman, and he does take out all of these generators over here. Does got a full retreat knocked him out by this Imperial Guardsman. All generators have been deployed out, destroyed out over here as well, getting both players reactivating their points. So the blue team just lost all of their power generators, so it's going to be a massive blow. And we've got a second artillery spotter here. Okay. The Lord Commissar is now going for tier 2, while the Lord Inquisitor is going for a Manticore.
Support structure complete.
Tech Marine and the War Spider both have gotten their tier 2.
Adding power generator. Adding power generator.
Stormtroopers is finding a good burst there onto the Tech Marine. They're currently unupgraded. He may just keep them unupgraded and bring out melta guns later on.
Generator operational. Generator operational. Fight on and drive the enemy back.
Artillery mortar there. Does force back the Guardian weapon team. And this Guardian here as well. I think Lord Commissar went for 2 artillery spotters just to get 2 sets of artillery to not force back these Guardian weapons team. Primarily just for a counter. Guardian squad does fall back there. Imperial Guardsman advances forward, trying to get some good damage there onto the War Spider Exarch, who's not been upgraded with anything just yet. Usually we see like heavy gauge Death Spinner and the ranged targeter one, but guess not. We now got the Razorback advancing forward with the support of a Devastator and Tactical Marine squad. Sentinels pushing way forward. We've got the Manticore now firing a barrage there. Melta guns to the next level, taking out that not Manticore, not Rhino, Razorback? Okay, I'm just getting all the names mixed up, aren't I? All these forces do fall back. We've got the Scout Squad not upgraded with only upgraded with a Sergeant, not with shotguns. Guardians getting some good damage there onto the Lord Commissar. He does have to upgrade the Stubbornness upgrade. A great stomp there on the Tech Marine, who's not been upgraded with anything just yet. Lord Commissar does fall back now. We've got these Stormtroopers getting suppressed by the heavy weapons team. These are Stormtroopers from the Lord Commissar, not from Lord Inquisitor. So much need repairs. We don't have any missile launcher upgrade on the Sentinel yet.
The enemy is claiming a victory point.
Target incoming. Scouts ready.
Scouts advancing forward, getting some good damage there onto this Imperial Guardsman. Guardian squad's also advancing forward as well. Looks like the Lord Inquisitor has been upgraded with the Inferno Pistol and now being upgraded with the Excruciators. Not sure what that one does. Manticore Barrage does nail the Devastators, but does not wipe it out, but barely. We do now have the Storm Eagle upgrade. Grants the Storm Eagle ability, which fires Storm Eagle rockets in quick succession to target area. Each one does up 180 Manticore rocket damage.
Adding support structure.
Let's see. Excruciators. Grants the Sail ability, which mobilizes, suppresses, and damage a target over time, dealing 12.5 piercing damage every second. Requires it is a channeling ability, and unit retreats take 40% less damage. Also increases the health and health regen. Great grenades there onto the Imperial Guardsmen as well as the Stormtroopers. Very nice. You have now the Lord Commissar advancing forward. We've got melta guns engaging the Guardian with the plasma or frag grenade from the Scout Squad, forcing back the Stormtrooper. Lord Commissar is still trying to engage. Doesn't have any Stubbornness at the moment to get extra health and regen. We've got more Imperial Guardsmen deployed out. I wonder if that affects his Imperial Guardsmen affects the Lord Commissar. Ooh, great cast right there. Librarian has been pulled out. Got a Manticore Barrage there, forcing back the Devastator once again.
Deploying war gear.
And it looks like the Imperial Guards want to fall back, so we got the Ultra Storm out of the field, and the Lord Inquisitor does fall back as well.
The chapter calls and we answer. Weapon upgrade complete.
We do have now Tier 3 being researched by the Lord Inquisitor.
Press on to victory, Space Marines.
And over here, we do have the Ultra Storm now receiving some fire there from the Sentinel and from the Artillery Spotter. Guardian Weapon Team advancing forward. And it looks like the Artillery Spotter will full withdrawal there. We got some anti-vehicle melee weapons for the Warfighter. It's also going to upgrade the anti-grav grenade.
We are losing a power node.
Doesn't get the Manticore there, and the Imperial Guardsmen can take time to repair it up. One power generator does go down. Another one's receiving quite a bit of fire as well. Over here, we got a relatively big assault there. We got the Stormtroopers and Artillery Spotters advancing forward. And we got a forward tree coming out right there as well. Try to go through there's that Cruciators, or the was it the availability? I forget what exactly it's called. Big cast there. The Assail. Manticore Barrage hitting the Guardian's Weapon Team. First one does get some good damage there. Very nice. The Imperial Guardsman does get, of course, these guys back here. But you got a nice jump there by the Oshtar. Force Rider does teleport forward. Trying to get some damage on it, but may get focused down quite a bit there. Sentinel or Lord Inquisitor does get a stun shot there onto the Sergeant of the Tactical Marine Squad. Devastator sitting on up, trying to get some good damage on in. No sail ability. Got our Artillery Spotter being knocking back that Devastator. Crystal Stormtroopers or Stormtroopers gain some great damage there. Devastator has the Librarian effect there. Smoke round does come forward as well. Devastator does find a good hit there onto a Stormtrooper. May see the suppression ability there onto the Devastator. Guardian Squad makes forward. Does see some fire there from the Stormtroopers. Plasma grenade thrown, forcing back the Artillery Spotter. And a smoke round does come down. Librarian makes his way forward. Great cast there. We got the Warfighter tying up the Stormtroopers up in melee. Warcoms are trying to deal with that. Warfighter XR. Warfighter XR may go down. We've got some good hits there by the Lord Commissar, but it does manage to sneak one out there. Got the Librarian as well. Gets a great special attack there onto the Lord Commissar. And thanks to the stubbornness, he's able to get some great health regen.
An ally has secured a requisition point.
Going to the wall.
This was our full stun back. Lord Commissar falls back as well.
Points.
Scout Squad falls back as well. I got another mortar rating on it. Gets good smoke there. Big weapon team advancing forward. Devastator sitting on up as well. Another artillery mortar rating on it. This Artillery Spotter will need to fall back and may go down. 21 health. Does get a nice knockback there from his other buddy. Knocking back, then preventing that Guardian Squad from taking out that Artillery Spotter. But one of the Sentinels do go down. The Guardian Squad and the Warp Spotters advancing forward. Got two Artillery Spotters in this region that can all get overran. Stormtroopers trying to fire away, get some big damage on in, but it's going back now. Warp Spotters still moving around. We got a flare deployed out by the Lord Commissar ability. He does get the Assail ability now. Got the Force Wave knocking back all these guys, including his teammates Warp Spider. Good damage there on the Librarian. Manticore Barrage does rain on in. Gains some damage when the VP captured up. Red is behind the tickets by a small margin, but that margin is decreasing. Lord Commissar is going to capture that point. We got now the Sentinel Squad advancing forward. And now we do have a Bane Blade being pulled out by the Lord Inquisitor. And the Lord Commissar is going for another super unit himself. Not sure which one. Good damage there onto the Seer Council, and the assailability is just doing some good work. Guardian Squad advancing forward. Got the head weapons team firing away. Something being called in there by the Tech Marine. It is, of course, Terminators. At this point in time, Cyclone missiles or lightning bolts probably be pretty good. Or Assault Cannon or Heavy Flamer wouldn't be that bad either. There's a lot of good targets. All the upgrades are probably good for him. Good Manticore barrage there, forcing back those squads. Let's get a nice stun there onto the Librarian. Lord of Commissar needs to fall back, receiving quite a bit of fire now. The assailability should be very, very effective versus those Terminators. They can't retreat away, can't teleport away while that build is active. And now we do got the Bane Blade deployed on the field. War Spider Extract does go down. That may have been the assailability right there. Or the Judgment ability. Artillery Flare does get thrown out by the Lord Commissar's red points. And how the Lord Inquisitor is being upgraded in Crystal Mandate, giving her 7 seconds and a permanent invulnerability. Lord Commissar is being recovered, and if he has enough buddies nearby, he doesn't have to retreat back because he has really good health regen because he's stubborn like that. Got the Demolisher Cannon now firing, gets a direct hit there onto the Lascan Devastator. Bright Lance now set on up as well. Beyblades receive quite a bit of fire. Manticore Rocket Barrage raining on in, gets a direct hit there onto the Bright Lance. And misses the Devastator. No, does wipe out the Devastator. Lord Inquisitor does fall back, does activate the vulnerability right there. Lord Commissar has activated Shield Generator. And now we've got the Inquisitor Stormtroopers advance forward. Smoke round does come down on top of the Tactical Marine Squad. Scout Squad sees a bit of fire there, throws out a frag grenade there, and Stormtroopers do avoid it entirely. Imperial Guardsman gains some good damage on in there. Tech Marine may go down. Tech Marine looks like it was not upgraded entirely at all. I'll start turning forward. Maybe go down for get a fusion gun. Artillery Squad does get fully wiped there. Only one Artillery Spotter remains for the Lord Commissar. Now we've got Seer Council gains some big hits there onto the Manticore and does get assailed right there. That was fully withdrawn now. Looks like the Bane Blade has been fully repaired as well. On the right side of the map, looks like some Stormtroopers do get overrun by the Guardian squads.
The Codex Astartes guides us to victory. The enemy is capturing one of
One
our
of them starting to speak foreign. We do got the Bright Lance now falling back. Got some good damage there onto the Imperial Guardsman. Heavy Terminators are getting some damage, range damage there onto the Storm Inquisitor. No upgrade on Terminator whatsoever. Grenade does miss the melt of guns. Okay, we've got the Sentinel Fates forward, and now we've got a Bane Blade. Scored out with a Bane Blade. With multiple Bane Blades on the field, that's going to be a lot of heavy armor. One that should get a repair bunker to repair them both up. Terminators do fall back. Bright Lance trying to advance forward. We probably need a bit more than the current AT. The Devastator is of course down. Both of these Guardian weapons team needs to be upgraded for Bright Lances. Stomp. And a Sentinel may actually go down there. I think it's maybe just trying to throw it away. The Guard Squad does fall back. Stormtrooper capturing the points, and the Sentinel does go down. Seer Council advancing forward. There may have been the Demolisher Cannon right there. Fire Lance advancing forward. Demolisher Cannon Fires, gets a crit hit there in the guarding weapon team. Almost gets wiped out there. Guardian weapon team trying to make their way forward. Does receive a frag grenade there by the stormtroopers as they get one of the models gunned down. Rear guardsmen are advancing forward as well. And now we do have an Avatar War being pulled out by the Warp Spider. Guardian squad does fall back now. Manticore Barrage raining on in. Does miss the Scout Squad. And the Tactical Squad will fall back entirely. Librarian does fall back there, receiving quite a bit of fire. Terminator Squad advances forward, does find some damage there. The Assail ability should be very effective versus them, though there's so many energy abilities are so good for the Lord of Quizzers, just doesn't have enough energy for her. And now the last cannon predator, very nice. We've got another demolisher cannon there trying to move this stuff, as well as the Manticore Barrage. A little bit overkill. Good damage onto those forces. He does need a pass focus down that predator tank there. Smoke mortar does rain on in. And the Baneblade is just still has plenty of health remaining. Another got a Baneblade, not Baneblade, a Predator Demon Rust being pulled out. Let's pull out the Baneblades. Demolisher cannon firing. Does get small splash damage there, most of them Ultra. We got the Avatar War now deployed on the field. There's a lot of support here. The Avatar War can get completely focused down by these Baneblades. Going for the nuke. Gets a great hit there on the Imperial Guard squad. Almost wiping it out entirely. Red does have a superior number of VPs at the moment. Almost up by 50%. Or 100%, depending on who you're looking at. Demolisher cannon right there wouldn't be half bad. Notice bomb does connect there. Demolisher cannon fires. And there goes that Guardian squad. A follow-up shot. Eldritch Storm being cast on one of the Baneblades. And we've got another Melt Bomb right there as well. We've got a Valkyrie run as well. Hitting this force entirely, but missing mostly the Predator tank. Eldritch Storm did not do much damage to the Baneblade. Avatar War does go down. And I think blue team's out of the game. There's just way too much Baneblade here. Cannon Cartridge squad being deployed out. They also have... Oh, what is a yellow flare? I'm not sure what a yellow flare is. Looks like the Architect is falling back. The upgrade battle equipment now. Predator tank trying to deal with these Baneblades. Baneblades focus on that Predator tank. Got the Demolisher cannons now raining on in on these forces, trying to capture this point, but getting knocked back. Force wave in the cast there, knocking back the Lord Inquisitor, and the VP does get decaptured there. Now have a supporting team rush with a Vanquisher cannon, very nice. And even the Manticore advancing forward does get some good damage there onto the Seer Council, who are trying to slice apart the Manticore. And that Seer Council may get wiped out. Demolisher cannon firing. It gets annihilated there. It looks like both players are casting the GGs.
The enemy has won this day.
This is Anna Great saying thanks for watching, and on to next replay. I love the Imperial Guard's music. And a long load screen, that's for sure. A very long load screen. Do I just need to close out the application and reload it? There it goes. Wait for the music replay here, and then that should prevent a lack of music bug when I start up a replay. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the bottom right side as the Tech Marine, we have a foreign name. Spawn as the Chaos Lord, we have Jones. Spawn as the biggest and the strongest enemy, we have Sandu Chabora. Spawn as the Lord General, we have a Head Crab. Tech Marine, of course, going straight for his opponent's VP, appears to be. TI, yeah, I'm not so sure what he's saying. TI, that is the... Not sure. Do now have the Tech Marine now receiving some fire there from the Sluggers. Scout Squad's now firing away as well. We got the Sentinel here sending some rounds into the Heretics. We do have the Lord General getting some good damage there onto the Chaos Lord. The Chaos Lord trying to deal with this Sentinel, and some of these Heretic models are going on down. Imperial Guardsman with the Sergeant upgrade advancing forward. We only have one Imperial Guardsman to support the Lord General, and the Chaos Lord only has 2 Heretics as well. The War Boss went for 2 Sluggers, and the Tech Marine has gone to a second Scout and Tech Marine. Down south, we got the War Boss now falling back. And those are the Heretic Squad and the Chaos Lord now falling back in this region. You now have a multi-laser turret being pulled on out. I'm not a big fan of multi-laser turrets. They just seem a little bit too weak for my opinion. Even if they had like twice the range, it still probably wouldn't be worth it. War Boss now getting some much needed health regen. And this power generator is seeing a bit of fire. Multi-laser turret has been deployed on out, and do now have a Pain Void on the field, being deployed on the field. Got the Ritual right there, forcing the Havoc to advance forward quicker. And also the Tech Marine has been upgraded to the Massive Crafter Bolter, gives him a snipe ability. After Marine Squad, Scout Squad advance forward. Good frag grenade there from the Scout Squad. And this one Slugger does fall back. Tech Marine getting overran. You may want to use the high power shot onto the War Boss there, because it does activate suppression as well. Good special attack there. Up north, just got some skirmishing fire there. Does get a decent heal there. Wait, did he heal the Slugger, or did he somehow actually heal his opponent? Does get a snipe shot there onto the Pain Boy, getting some good damage. Over here, Chaos Lord severely wounded, got some grenades raining on it. 2 squads of grenade launchers for the Heretic. And he does not have this Fire Champion upgrade on either of them either. Havoc getting some great damage as well, so overall some great ranged combat by the Chaos Lord. Chaos Lord himself is almost down, so is the Sentinel. And now it looks like some of the... Yep, this squad has been upgraded Burnos. This one has already been upgraded Burnos. And the war boss is now falling back. The war boss currently has an upgrade of the boss pole, which recognizes him as the biggest and the strongest war boss. Grenades raining on, gets good flanking damage there onto the multi-laser turret. And should be able to deal with it no problem with both the combination of the grenades and the assault rifle fire. Over here, you got the war boss advanced forward being upgraded with cyborg implants, giving some health and a small amount of health regen, giving place a stomp with a big stomp. Scout Squad's pushing way forward. You may need to see a pair of grenades. That grenade, forcing them to actually walk back into that grenade there. But all of these forces can go overran. The burners can do some great damage there. And they did get some great damage there. Did he just get a full wipe there? Nope, he did not get a full wipe. It's just the leader. Not a knob leader though. Grenades are raining on and hitting that Havoc. It looks like they're grenades from the Lord General. There's a bit of a grenade launcher fight, and that was a Kajun Devil grenade launcher bar. So both, you got the Lord General's grenade launchers, Kajun Devil's grenade launcher abilities, and the two Heretics grenade launchers. Both this northern side just hurling explosives at each other, as well as men. Knockback grenades do miss Kajun Devils there. Shotgun blast there onto the Heretics. And the Kajun Devil squad does fall back. Still has all 6 models alive. Very nice. Slugger squad falling back. Should be able to skip out now over there. And the Pain Boy still in the region. Getting some good damage in. Does get an attack there as well. Pain Boy will need to fall back sooner rather than later. Does fall back now. Average squad advancing forward. Grenades raining on in. Gets damage there onto the Heretics. Getting some good splash damage there. And one of the Stormtrooper bodyguards do go down. Sentinel's making his way forward, trying to engage these forces. Imperial Guardsman trying to repair up the Sentinel. Stomp. Imperial Guardsmen are getting focused on a little bit too much. They will need to fall back sooner rather than later. Up north, we do have the grenade launchers taking out this activated fort. Havoc trying to capture that requisition point there. We've got the Kajun Devils advancing forward. Looks like he used the grenade launcher ability there, the move ability. Sentinels advance forward, doing some much needed repairs. Looks like the War Boss's boss pole is inspiring these men. And as a teammate's Imperial Guard squad does fall back, Sentinel's still charging forward, forcing back these forces. Very nice. Heretics now receiving eventually some flanking shots there from the Lord General. The Lord General's grenades largely missed there. They're raining pretty short actually. They're not getting any good hits there, while the Lord General's seeing a lot of grenades. Grenade launchers have been fired. Knockback grenades rain short. And Lord General does get the point decaptured and will be falling back now. Logron's Armadar is putting force back, but do now have a heavy turret deployed down the field by the Lord General. And Sentinel has been upgraded with the frag missile launcher, which should be very effective for all those heretics with grenade launchers have been moving everywhere. Great grenade launcher barrage there, getting some good damage onto that heretic. I hear a ritual of some sort. Looks like the Havoc's being upgraded to the auto cannon. Interesting. Down south, we do got the scouts or advanced forward trying to capture some points. Over here, we do got looks like the Weird Boy advancing forward, being upgraded to the Warpath. It's a great damage there onto the scout. Now let's see these forces are going to make their way forward. Almost looks like the move ability. Does miss the big stomp right there. We got the Stormguard veteran here, as well as a Dreadnought. This looks like no anti-vehicle weapons in the region, barring the general damage from the Weird Boy. You may want to get the power claw upgrade for the War Boss. Crack missiles now engaging the Dreadnought. That is very important. Got global repairs being activated as well. Let's take out one of the Knob leaders. I do have the Melta Gun upgrade onto the Catch Devils. We also got the Melta Gun upgrade now onto the Lord General. Getting some good damage there onto the Dreadnought, who's being upgraded with the Assault Cannon now. Good crack missiles there as well. I think the Dreadnought will go down. Does get the Assault Barrage there, but does not even get a single bullet hit its mark. Necromancer's falling on back. The heavy turret does go down there. Laser turret now seems to fire as well.
Target acknowledged.
Warboss now receiving a bit of fire. Now we got a Manticore on the build queue for the Lord General. Frag missiles against good damage there. Air Swat's almost down. Laser turret receiving quite a bit of fire. Lord General's charging forward. Does have melt guns, which melts everything. Air deck down with 27 health. And no additional shots right there. Laser turret's still up and going. He could potentially save it. But I think that was a lot of friendly fire damage there. But the Galaxy Burn has been activated. He has been upgraded the armor of the Inferno. The laser turret does stay up. Stunned there, trying to deal with the Chaos Lord. I don't think he will be able to get the wipe. Tech Marine and Stormguard veterans facing forward. Gets good damage there for good grenade launcher barrage there. And we've got the Air Guards trying to repair up that laser turret now. High power shot there on one of the Stormtrooper models. Does take out both of the entourage of the Lord General. Sounds he's going for the Power Claw upgrade.
It's humans, just like you said.
Oh, we got some stick bombs in the mix as well. We got the Manticore Barrage raining on in, gets good damage on the Sternguard veterans. The Tech Marine does fall back as well. Tech Marine's been upgraded with the Mastercraft Bolter and the Bionics, getting a sweep, melee sweep ability. And there goes the Tech Marine. Grenades are raining on in, trying to get some good damage there. Stick bombs going to be raining in return, and we do also have the Blastmaster now. The stun grenades flash a bit too brightly, in my opinion. Seizure warning. Stun grenades or high explosive grenades raining on in. I think got his sluggers quite good with it. And we do now have the Chaos Lord. Does use Electric Galaxy Burn, gets a great splash damage there. The stick bombers will need to fall back. Pain Boy gains some good damage on in. He can fast heal his War Boss now. Got the Burnus gains some good damage on the Chaos Lord and does take out the Chaos Lord now. One generator does go down. Another generator is now receiving quite a bit of fire. Generator goes down as well. Oh, looks like the stick bombers fully get wiped out right there. We also have some Stormtroopers now on the field, being upgraded with overcharged hotshot las guns. Got two autocannons here, two grenade launchers, and the Blastmaster. There's a lot of heavy weapons. And the Chaos Lord is up to tier 3. Takes out that power generator. And the last turret does go down. Lots of fire onto it. Scout Squads do fall back. It does actually, I think, execute one of his models there. Oh wait, no, that's not the Lord Commissar. That must have been the Flak Jacket's back in the fight ability. Grenades raining on in on top of that last turret. Does go down to the Blastmaster. I hear Manticore Barrage now raining on in. Does get a good hit there. Orc forces pushing way forward. We're seeing quite a bit of fire. Got Stormguard veterans at range as well as the Tech Marine. He's Force is going to be just charging on forward, trying to get as much damage in as possible. Let's get a nice snipe shot there onto the War Boss now. Tech Marine received quite a bit of fire. That was not a high-powered shot. That was actually the Bionic Sweep ability, wasn't it? Stormguard veterans received quite a bit of damage right there. Burners received quite a bit of fire. One squad does fall back. Stick bombs engage at pretty close range, annihilating those scout squads. Assault barrage ring and the Dreadnought does have global repairs active as well. Burner's squad needs to fall back sooner rather than later. And we do got the Lord Dreadnought does have the motor guns there to help engage the Dreadnought. Blastmaster firing good grenade launch barrage onto those assault or auto cannons. He does stun his own weird boy right there. Another left Galaxy Burn has been activated. Does fall back multiple squads. Oof. That squad's receiving quite a bit of fire. You have now the heavy turret deployed on out. Does execute one of his models right there. We got the Commissar upgrade as well. Is he executing one of the models? No, it looks like the execution ability from the Lord Commissar. I must be mistaken though. Stick bombs raining on in. Does stun the Dreadnought. And now we've got the Pain Boy advanced forward. He has upgraded the Cyborg implant, a one-time install on something. Not sure what he did it on. War Boss advancing forward, trying to get some damage there. Burner squad seeing quite a fire there. More stick bombs or stun grenades there. We've got the big stomp now activated, knocking back some of those forces there. It does get a Bionic Sweep ability there onto the War Boss, knocking him back as well. Now we do have a Land Raider Phobos on the field, and that other heavy turret does go down as well. Scout forces advancing forward. Here, Guards forces trying to deal with these forces. Good grenade launcher barrage there. Got the Weird Boy also getting a cast onto that Scout squad. And now we do have a Knob squad being put on out. That'd be a good target for the Cyborg implants if he still has that. Rituals being activated now. Trying to repair up the Land Raider as quickly as can. It's a little bit wounded. We got another Stormtrooper squad being put out. Maybe for a Mental Guns. Oh, we've got a Manticore Barrage nailing the Chaos Sword. Almost takes him out, down to 60 health. Grenade Launcher Barrage there, down to 12 health. Anyway, Phobos advancing forward, trying to get the drop pod down to 3 health. Weird Boys now see a bit of fire there. Weird Boy needs to fall back now. Looks like the Dreadnought's going to be on the high ground. Do have the Dark Age technology on the build queue. Just waiting for Tier 3 to be completed. The War Boss has Tier 3, so does the Chaos Lord, of course. He has the Land Raider Phobos. And did that Heretic squad just get annihilated? Nope, it's still there. They didn't receive a lot of damage, however. War Boss now falling back, received a bit too much fire. And we've got the Burners and Stick Bombs trying to get that out from Green Squad. And I think there's some sort of special attack there by the Stick Bombers. Knock back that Tech Marine. We've got the Assault Barrage raining on in, gets good damage there onto the Guard Squad. Delta Bomb does connect there as well. Manticore Barrage coming on in. Stick Bombs do slow him down, and the Manticore Barrage does take out the Dreadnought. Stick Bombs raining on in, gets great damage there on those Scout squads. Stick Bombs does fall back, got another Inspire there, does force back those forces. Land Phobos is still very much alive. Looks like got the Knobs and Burners now engaged forward. Does take out that entire squad. Not sure what it was. I think that was a autocannon squad. He is down to 1 Havoc, does the Noise Marine still alive. And the Tech Marine's actually down a lot of squad as well, has scouts and Stern Guard veterans, and that's it. Then we'll get out some more Terminators at current rate. Good damage on the Stern Guard veterans, force it back with Bionic Sweep. Game Boy looks like does manage to escape on out of there. War Boss in pursuit, and the Nob squad does fall back as well. And there's the Wolves. Good damage there. And now we do have a fresh squad of Terminators brought up by the Chaos Lord. Let's hope before it gets some good damage there. Over here, got the Scout Squad falling them back.
The boys need themselves a knob, they do.
Lanner Phobos advancing forward, trying to get some good damage in. And Lord General does go down right there. Chaos Numbers have been upgraded to the autocannon now. Librarian on the build queue for the Tech Marine. And do got a second squad of Knowledge led up by the War Boss. The Land Rover Phobos does have a lot of las cannon fire, so it's probably not a good idea to pull out any sort of vehicles. And it looks like the Lord General's gone for a second Manticore. Going for right here. Lord General's currently down, the War Boss is still up and going. We do now have the War Maul upgrade, Blood Maul upgrade for the Chaos Lord, and he also being upgraded the Icon of Corn. Wrecked it there on those Cash Devils, but luckily they're retreating back. More Manticore barrages. These forces start making their way forward, trying to overrun the Stern Guard veterans. And it looks like it does teleport them away with the Librarian. Stormtroopers trying to make their way over this VP. Oh, there's a lot of dead Imperial Guardsmen there. And he is actually completely out of Imperial Guardsmen, so he has no sorts of repairs other than potential repair bunkers he could try. Manticore barrage running in, stun grenades raining on in. Those are the high explosive grenades. Manticores do miss all the missiles there. And do got a creeping barrage being put out by the red points for the Lord Commodore General there. Got vomit being put up by the Weird Boy, and now he's trying to overrun this Laner Phobos. Let's get a nice pulse there, stunning all these nearby forces. These forces trying to advance forward to support his teammate. Nom's going to be trying to bash their heads against the Laner Phobos. His teammate needs to support him a little bit. Laner Phobos still can take a little bit more abuse. Well, the Stormtrooper model squads did go down that mix as well. I think there was 3, now there's 2. And the Laner Phobos will go down to Knobs. Good damage there on the Sluggers. We're seeing some fire from the grenade launcher squad. On the left side, got Stern Guard veterans and the Librarian to base support. And we do got another Manticore barrage there. This one may be a bit effective. Get some decent damage there. More importantly, some knockbacks. Got this Heretic squad, does activate Ritual there, trying to get these guys moving. At least the Terminators, at least. Chaos Lord does go down, more grenades are raining on in. And now we do got the Burner squads engaging these power generators. Blastmaster firing. Does roll a miss there. Weird Boy does fire a shot there. And now we got the Knob squad advancing forward. We got another Land Raider. No, that's a Land Raider Gamer, not a Land Raider Phobos. Which will be a bit more effective versus these Knobs, the gigantic flamethrowers. Terminators are teleport away. All these forces are just retreating back down here. We got, it looks like a force wave being cast there. The stormtroopers do avoid it. Oh, and looks like the stick bombers may go down. Nope, they will be saved by the stormtroopers.
They shoot us in the back like traitors.
We're getting shot up here.
Now I got this slugger squad falling back. The Nob leader man stays alive.
Hey, when he's losing that, you know that's away. Some of the Allied boys just picked up a victory point for us.
Right now the VPs are in favor of red by a small margin. It'll be a growing margin relatively soon. You've got the Lord General still down right there. The War Boss could try to pick him up, though there's going to be a lot of fire in that region soon. Got some more generators being deployed out. Force wave deployed out by the Librarian.
Boy, I'm in.
I'm trying to capture that point as well. Manticore rockets raining on in, trying to interrupt him. At least force him back. Drumguard veterans advances forward. Don't get any damage off.
Get the last one, blower.
Couple rituals right there. Terminators advance forward. Great unclean one on the dual kill. Blastmaster does find a decent hit there on the War Boss. Also, right now, what they could do, since they're fighting against so many knobs, Mark of Nurgle Predator tanks wouldn't be half bad. Though it will be a bit hard. The Stormtroopers still won't be something to see. But the Nurgle ones could be very useful in dealing with those knobs. Oh, looks like he does go in and throw his forces forward with the weird boy there. Terminators now see a bit of fire there. Blastmaster fires, hits a hit there on some of those forces. Got fresh bloodlayers now deployed on out. Temporary bloodlayers, more stun grenades there. Creeping barrage was put up by the Lord General, trying to capture the Central VP. And hopefully starting to, the Lord General has been recovered. They've been reached to respawn. Lightning Redeemer's now pushing forward against a bit of flamethrower damage there. A bit of force wave there from the Librarian. But now the Librarian's receiving quite a bit of knob fire. Manticore Barrage nailing those various forces there, but maybe a little bit too did move forward because it looks like all those rocks laid up in front. Stun grenades onto the Lightning Redeemer, and now the knobs will be hacking apart this Lightning Redeemer. Great grenade launcher frontal plate thing. And there goes the Land Raider Redeemer, getting completely surrounded by knobs. Chaos Terminators receive quite a bit of mental fire there. They do teleport away in time. And now here comes a great unclean one. We do now have a Venerable Dreadnought charging its way forward, being upgraded the Dark Age technology now. Great smash down right there, knocking back most of those knobs. The Venerable Dreadnought wasn't supposed to be melee, but so do these knobs. Not gonna feel great for the Venerable Dreadnought, is it? No global repairs just yet. Most of the knobs have received enough damage there. The Venerable Dreadnought may win out, but I think it's going to be dogpiling in onto it. Bomb it there from the Great Unclean One. It does use global repairs right there. Dark Age technology has been researched again. Looks like he has not died just yet. Now he's died. Manticore Barrage raining on in. Gets good hits there on the scouts. And there goes the Venerable Dreadnought. Catching Devils occurring camouflage there. Lord General catching the VP. Does get a nice grenade launcher barrage there. I think he just wiped out the entire scout squad there. Grand Clean One now receiving a lot of mental fire here. Stormtroopers firing as well as these Catching Devils. It's not going to be great for the Imperial Guards, that's for sure. The Grand Clean One's trying to get these melted guns. Very sporadic fire onto that Great Unclean One. And the Tech Marine only has a plasma cannon here. Just built this left. Do now have the Terminators engaging the Lord General and vice versa. Right now the VP's in favor of red. Blue's coming down quite quickly. Lord General's receiving quite a bit of fire there. and does not decapture that point in time. Blue needs to start dogpiling onto that VP. Manticore Rock is trying to nail that Terminator and doesn't really dodge the Manticore Rock so well. Manticore Rock has been just not that great this game. Warboss trying to capture up the VP. After he gets that captured, he needs to get his buddy up. Bring Clean One's about to go down. Does get a decent hit there, and there goes a great unclean one. Chaos Lord, let's see, it's Mark Board, grants extra health for every attack. Autocannon is still firing away, but not as great versus the Weird Boy. Another squad of Terminators not put on together, so now it's 2 squads of Terminators. Stick bombs receive quite a bit of fire there. Stun grenades and Blastmaster. Does nail his teammates' melt guns. Terminators do go ahead and teleport back on the high ground. This squad does lose one of its models. One squad of Swordtroopers do fall back. Both of the melted guns do fall back. Now the Warboss seeing a bit too much fire there. It does fall back nice and early. Stormtroopers advancing forward. We've got the Captain Elves now receiving lots of fire there. It does get a triple capture in favor of Blue. They only have 23 tickets remaining, and if they quickly bleed down their opponent, that would be great for them. Grenade Stone does dodge it. Both players dodge the grenades. And do now have a great knockback there onto the Tech Marine, but he does not interrupt the capture. The capture is still being captured. He does go and force a retreat now. War Journal's been upgraded with some Commissar and a Sergeant upgrade. Plasma Cannon now firing. It's a good, decent hit there on the one of the knobs, the knob leader. And Plasma Devastator does fall back. But Technomary doesn't have much requisition at the moment, does he? Knob trying to charge on forward, force back the Cav squad. Quick ritual is here. Inspiring these Terminators to fight a little bit better. Looks like the stick bomb is almost down. Got temporary blood layers in the mix as well. You got these knobs getting suppressed and forced back. Grenades raiding on in, forced back both these squads. Temporary blood layers getting some good damage on in. Imperial Guardsman trying to capture the other VP. Is that a heavy turret? If turret has been put out, somehow landed on the ground wounded. And that Terminator received a pretty good hit there from that heavy turret. Catch up inside the quad demolition charge as well. Grenade launcher barrage raining on in. Does force back both these squads. 23 tickets, triple capture against Red. Red scouting down quickly. Here's some various stuff going on. And we've got the scout squad trying to get into this VP there, but they've got knobs came to the point. And I think Red just lost the game. There's no way they can. Yep, they have lost the game. And that is the end of the replay. This sounded great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Yep, probably one more replay for tonight. Then I'll have to call it a night. this should do fine. Oh. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Tech Marine, we have Dark Riku, and as the Hive Tyrant, we have an E. Spawn as the Warlock, we have Brood Witch. Spawn as the Chaos Lord, we have Sandu Chabora. Got some Chaos Marine, Howling Banshees, Tactical Marines, and Termagants. Termagants will be captured at the northern power point as the Warlock is eyeing the central VP. Hive Tyrant is captured at the power point, and now the Warlock and the Hive Tyrant may find each other. Warlock does get some shots there. And now Guardian Squads make its advance. We got the Termagon squads. We've got 2 squads of Termagants here. Gets good damage there onto the Hive Tyrant. Hive Tyrant will be pursuing that Guardian squad. Another Warp going for the Warlock now. And looks like the Warlock squad does fall back. Howling Mage now deployed on the field. Hive Tyrant is severely wounded. And the Howling Mage do receive a couple bursts there. Of course, got the Termagants up here, the Hormagaunts. Over here, you got, looks like the Chaos Lord almost going down. 14 health, 9 health, 4 health remaining. Chaos Marine trying to tie up these scouts up in melee. Tactical Marine Squad and Chaos Marines engage each other in melee. Scout Squad and Tactical Marine here to support the Tactical Marine Squad. 2 power generators being put out by the Tactical Marine now. Over here, we have the Termagant Squad's advance forward, being upgraded to crippling poison or toxin sacs ability now. Crippling poison's ability they get from it. Tactical Marine does fall back, severely wounded but alive. And looks like the Chaos Lord did actually go down there. I saw it had a little 4 health. And the Warlock does recover the Chaos Lord. Good cast there. Up here, Termagant's advance forward. Power generator, 1 health remaining. 1 health still remaining. He needs those Guardians to repair that point now. We got now the Hormagaunts trying to deal with these. Guardian Weapon Team does get knocked back there. So does not finish off that power generator with 1 health remaining. Guardian Squad needs to start repairing that up. That's a little bit too low for comfort. Sometimes if you do a move command, you can shoot while firing.
Your forces obey you.
You now have 2 power generators here. There's 1 synapse generator. We got Torrential Sentry Gun being pulled out as well. Maybe a little bit too far back. Maybe a little bit farther forward, but of course those help protect his flank. 2 Guardian Weapon Teams here. Getting some good damage on the power node. We've got the Heretic now suppressed. Devastator sitting on up, trying to tie up the Devastator up in melee. Heretic Sword does fall back now. Looks like that Warlock player is not happy that the Chaos Lord is going down. They do have a good charge there. Looks like the Hyphen up there, the Extended Compare Case giving a charge ability. And good damage there on the Guardian Weapon Team. Hyphen does fall back. We've got the Barb Strangler Cannon upgrade on the Warrior Brood. Very nice. And now got the Howling Mage charging forward, trying to type the Warrior Brood up in melee. Let's get some good suppression there. And as well as Toxin Sac ability was activated as well. The Hormagaunts make it ripped apart there. They're very, very wounded. Barb Strangler Cannon does get a good hit there. Cannon or just Barb Strangler. Great damage there on the Guardian Weapon Team there. We've got the Guardian Squad and Warlock getting a nice flank. Gets some good damage there. Now the Chaos Lord is pushed away forward as well. Warrior Brood does fall back, so does the Hormagaunts and Termagants. Oh, Scout Sniper. That's actually a rare thing to see. You hardly ever see the sniper upgrade on the Scouts. The Adversary is sitting on up, gains good damage there. That was activating the Vengeance Rounds ability, which he has. Trench's Sentry Gun trying to protect the Devastator squad. He does take off his shield generator there. Of course, the Chaos Lord can't be suppressed. Does have the Immolate ability there from the Combine Flamer upgrade. And he goes down again. Either way, you have these Termagants and the Warrior Brood advancing forward. Getting a great shot there, forcing back the Guardian squad. We do got these two Guardian weapon teams now advancing forward, trying to set on up, but if they don't set up quick enough, they will get overran. So they will get suppression off there, very nice. The Hydran can charge forward, but of course two of these guys here. But one of the Guardian weapon teams may get wiped out if he doesn't protect him for long enough. Hanbei just get a nice shout there, forcing back the Warrior Brood, and the Termagants may get some good damage onto them. But actually, they're receiving a lot of damage there as well. Termagants find a good angle there on the Guardian weapon teams. Howling Banshees trying to pursue these Termagants, and the Termagant squad does fall back. Looks like it's going to take time to repair up the Trench's Sentry Gun. We got some Flamer Tactical Marine squad as well as Sniper Scout Marine. We do also have some good landmines there as well. It does force back that Tactical or Chaos Marine squad. These forces start getting reinforced and healed up. Looks like the Chaos Lord's going for tier 2. The Warlock's already at tier 2. Other players have not reached tier 2 just yet. In fact, the Tech Marine has a lot of resources to need a little bit more power. Was it 125 if I remember correctly? I can always look at his teammate or an enemy. Yep, 125. Also got Toxin Sack ability right there onto the Warlock, slowing him down significantly. And the Warlock does fall back. Ooh, that's a great plasma grenade there. And the Termagant squad fully goes down. Guardian weapon team does take out the Hive Tyrant as well. His teammate's Tech Marine could revive him. Scout gains some good hits there onto the Havoc squad. He is able to outrange the Havoc squad. Now got these Chaos Marines being upgraded the Eternal War. And you also got some more of these landmines spawning out. The Tech Marine has, of course, been upgraded the Artificer Armor. The Warlock is currently not upgraded of anything at the moment. Devastator is sitting on up, very nice. Does take out that landmine there with thanks to Heretic. And full retreat coming out by the Chaos Lord. Oh, Bloodletters have been put out.
You are losing us a victory point. We may yet triumph today.
Does get a cast there. He does avoid it. Barb Strangler Thorn does get a good hit there on the Guardian squad. Warlock is advancing forward. Tier 2 being researched by both the red team now. And do have these Termagants advancing forward, not fully reinforced. Those are the Bloodletters teleporting forward, saying hello. It does get the Toxic Poison right there as well. One of the Warrior Brood models do go down. And does get some good suppression. Oh no, he missed. Up north, we've got the Termagants here and some other forces. Bloodletters still trying to pursue those Warrior Broods to the ends of the earth, which is right here. And decides to use his vulnerability ability to get away. Warlock does find a landmine there. He will not be able to recover the Chaos Lord. Does do a full retreat there. Now got a Zonothrope being put up by the Hive Tyrant. Good suppression there. You got Havocs and all his 4 squads trying to catch up those points now. Sniper line up a shot there. He should be able to flank that head weapons team, the Guardian weapons team. Termagant squad does fall back. It's good damage on the Guardian Weapon team, but we do now have the Howling Base charging forward. They do have the aspect of strength as well as the Exarch leader. Howling Bases do fall back. Tech Marine and Sniper advance forward. Do have a Dreadnought being deployed on out.
We have the advantage for now.
Zonothrope force back the Guardian Weapon team. Chaos Lord has been respawned. We got the Bloodletters and Chaos Marines and Heretics now advancing forward. Do now have the Bloodletters teleporting forward. We've got 2 Zonothropes now deployed on the field. That's a little bit, too much. We also have some Rippers here to be ripped apart. It does get a nice Toxic Sack ability onto those Bloodletters. It's a good damage there, suppresses down the Chaos Marines. Warrior Brood gets tied up in melee, and got Capillary Tower going on down. North got the Flamers going forward, trying to burn down these generators. Those are Eldari generators as well. But it looks like the Warlock's been blowing out all the generators. And now we've got the Hive Tyrant now respawn. Dreadnought coming out by the Tech Marine. Warning's ally. Weather's teleporting away. And the Chaos Warrior just may need a full withdrawal now. Over here, we've got the Howling Banshees and the Warlock advancing forward. The Warlock has been fully kitted out. We've got a Witchblade of Koronos. We got the Shadow of a Cloak. And we also got the Warp Throw. Warlock's falling back. Tactical Marine Squad falling back as well. And let's get a nice cast there. Doesn't get any models, however. But now the Warlock will get resuppressed. Over here, we've got the Hive Tyrant forces advancing forward. Got the Fierce Chaos Lord forces here still in the region. And Bloodletters just trying to charge forward, trying to get some damage on as well. Bloodletters trying to teleport forward, trying to deal with these forces. May see a Toxic Sack ability there. Does manage to combat teleport right there, I think. Yep. Chaos Lord gains some good damage on in. Hormagaun's trying to deal with damage again. Termagant's being overran. Zonothropes may need to fall back as well. Does use the Immolate ability right there. Should be able to burn apart a lot of those squads, but he does fall back in time. Now the Hive Tyrant does get some hits on them retreat as well. I'm just going to hack apart that power point. And now we do have the Scout Squad trying to dissuade them from doing that. Getting a lot of free damage there. Guardian Squad advancing forward does take out spots on these landmines to destroy them. Devastator's sitting on up as well. Maybe spent a little bit too much time moving. I'm not sure. Devastator's not properly setting on up. There we go, not being set up now. Others can teleport forward to tie them up in melee, however. Yep, looks like we'll be doing that now. We got the Tarantula Sentry Gun back health. Got Plasma Cannon Devastator going to with Tech Marine now. Last Cannon Devastator does find, or Last Cannon Havoc Squad does find the Dreadnought. Devastator is sitting on up. And now he's going to be repairing up the Dreadnought with his Tech Marine. Sniper getting some decent damage there, and Duat looks like a Tactical Marine Squad from his teammate getting forced back. Over here, we've got the Hive Tyrant advancing forward. We've got the Rippers tying up the Bright Lance up in melee. Why does it have a Bright Lance there? I don't think I saw any vehicles, but he went for a Bright Lance? Well, probably because of that Dreadnought. We now have a Tzeentch Chaos Predator. The Tzeentch Chaos Predator may be a little bit overkill. I mean, he's fighting against things that are not exactly super heavy. He could just kept a horn or ooh, missed the plasma cannon there. Good dodge there. You can also just keep put a gun for corn and be just as fine because it's just a Dreadnought that's a melee right now. Second Marine will skip on out there with those 25 health. Great. Oh! Great hits there. That's just beyond maximum range because he's the low ground allows the rounds to arc far over. I think he's tack grounding right there, and the arc is just making the rounds go far. Yeah, he's attacking ground, and the artillery effect is being very, very potent. The Chaos Lord went down here. Luckily, his teammates Warlock can quickly recover that in that region. Archtarch perhaps going a bit too far in. Devastator may need to retreat back to avoid the Archtarch agent melee. Or just inside the garrison. Very nice. And the Archtarch is going to be jumping away and maybe just soft retreating. Right now, the Tech Marine does not need to worry about that Predator all too much. This is a last cannon Predator. His infantry is perfectly fine, so he doesn't have to be worried about the Dreadnought. We can just keep the Dreadnought in reserve, maybe get assault cannon or melta guns. Something to engage with that squad with it at range. Get us there onto the Guardian squad there. Predator tank advancing forward. Last cannon Devastator falls back as well. Dreadnought could have potentially charged forward after the last cannon got a shot off. While there's teleporting forward, trying to get the zone of ropes. Tyrant has heavy melee weapons, so it is able to hit that Predator tank that's pulled through. But yeah, I think he's doing a true order with it. Zone throats are falling back as well. They do manage to escape on out. We do now have the Tech Marine seeing quite a bit of fire as well. Tech Marine does go down there. It does have... Was that a grenade effect there? Not sure what that was. I think that was the Orbs of Messiah, wasn't it? Bright Lance does fall back there. Now these forces advancing forward. You have the Carnifex being deployed on out. Last cannon firing some shots there on the Rippers. You have the Bloodletters pushing way forward, getting some damage there. And now the Bloodletters are falling back. We now have the Chaos Predator pushes way forward. There's no vehicles for the Chaos Predator to be effective over here. And over here, we've got the Tactical Marine Squad and Scouts pushing way forward. And Eagles are going to be harassing this VP. Dreadnought could be bit more reserved to help really secure that sector, get that VP going. And looks like the High Trench can make more pressure over here. Bloodletters teleporting to the low ground, trying to deal with these forces. High Trench trying to engage them. Termagant squad does fall back, or Termagant squad, and does go ahead and get the Warrior Brew upgraded with the Thorax Sword. High Trench does charge forward as Warlock bashes his head against the charge. The Orbs on the side does connect with the Chaos Predator. Last Cannon Predator Devastator getting some good hits there. So does Plasma Cannon Devastator. Walls fully withdrawing. Got the Dreadnought now seeing some fire there. Chaos Lord now seeing some fire. Looks like Chaos Lord has been upgraded with the Dark Halo. Predator seeing some repairs. Got the Carnifex being upgraded, the Barbed Strangler Cannon, or Strangler Thorn Cannon. Block now being suppressed right there. Do have... I'm not sure... Okay, that's the Warp Throw ability from the Warp Throw. But it's there. Got the another snare right there. The... Almost going down the Chaos Predator. Barbed Strangler Cannon's more of an anti-infantry weapon. Does get a decent hit on the rear arm of the Chaos Predator, however. Carnifex falling back, receiving lots of fire there. Archtarch trying to disrupt it. Tech Marine falling up back entirely. Carnifex still has plenty of health to play around with. Devastator's going on, seems a lot of fire as well. Devastator's falling on back. Looks like the Carnifex will fall back in time as well. Miss suppression there, getting the Fire Prison hit, not the Carnifex. And the Warrior Brood and Armagons could have stuck around a little bit longer just to ensure that Carnifex doesn't go down. Carnifex now going around the flank, does miss, and the Carnifex does stay alive. Red not receiving quite a bit of fire, getting some repairs from the scouts, needs some more repairs there. And Spore Mines do go down. Warrior Brood charging forward, zoning tropes as well. And ooh, and there goes the Fire Prism to those Zonothropes.
We have the advantage.
Tech Marine has been upgraded with the Melta Gun, Artificial Armor, and the Orbs of Messiah. It sounds like the Bloodlayers, but we do also have a Great Unclean One being deployed on out.
Chaos brings machine and mind alike.
Victory point secured.
Looks like the Carcass does get destroyed there. Carnifex still needs some more health. Zonothrope still firing away, Scout firing, and we do also have the Tech Marine in the mix. Red does have less VPs in his opponent. It does fall back as well. Tech Marine trying to repair, deploy out attention sentry gun right there. Right Lance firing away, getting some good damage there onto the Carnifex. Carnifex's Eldritch Storm has been cast. Looks like nothing got wiped out, not even the Torrential Sentry Gun. Right Lance is receiving some fire from the Rippers. And the Guardian Weapon team will fall back, both of them do. Chaos Predator pushing way forward, got Bloodlayers getting knocked back. Seeing some fire there from the Tactical Marine Squad. Devastator sitting on them as well. Good use of Vengeance rounds there. Trying to be right up by the Heretic Squad. Now got the Grey and Clean One advancing forward. Both of blue teams out of red points for any more nukes. Or blue team. Red team has access to 2 nukes at the moment and going for Land Raider, Redeemer, as well as a Nernthrope. Got a ritual here to make the Grey and Clean One move fast. He's a giant ball as well, so it's like Sonic, right? Hive trying to receive a bit of fire there. Up north, we've got the Carnifex still trying to get some melee hits there on these forces. Fresh Fire Prism gets good hits there on the Carnifex. Some of these power generators are going on down. The VP has been decaptured. May want to get it fully captured this moment. And over here, we've got the Warlock falling back as well. We've got the Land Raider Redeemer still on the build queue. Nernthrope hasn't been fully built. There's Nernthrope. Hydrogen being focused down as well. Them not catching that point immediately could have lost them game. Got big attack coming forward, including the Nernthrope. Great vomit right there. Grand Queen One's receiving a bit of fire there. Bloodlayers ripping apart the Rippers. Got the last Cannon Havoc as well. Chaos Shrine is pulling out, getting some free Bloodlayers. Chaos Marine Squad's falling back. Bloodlayers as well. Hive trying to advance forward. Let's grab there on the Nernthrope. Apparently the Nernthrope can be grabbed by the Grand Queen One. Did not know that. The Nernthrope will go down right there. That's a massive loss for the Tyranid player. And the Carnifex is receiving quite a bit of fire. Hive Tyrant still in the mix of everything. Got the Piranha formation now being activated, trying to nuke these forces. And looks like Red has backed out of the game. This is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Though, as I mentioned earlier, that's going to be my last replay tonight. I am getting pretty tired right now. It's been a long day at work for me. By the way, this is Anagrade saying thank you for watching, and have a good night, and get